you know, they thought their career was at an end as a result of being turned down. And here it is 10 years later, it turns up on the unreleased tape market, record market. Actually, it was a record.
Yeah.
It was called Yellow Matter Custard, was the sale name of it among people who were buying it, although there weren't many of them, right?
No.
And so John said, I gotta have it. I want to have it. I want to hear it, because he hadn't heard the thing in 10 years. And so I introduced Dave to John one night at a recording studio, and John got the copy in his hand, and he said, well, I want this. And what do you want? So Dave said, well, you give me Yesterday and Today, the one with...
the guys dressed as bloody.
The bloody cover. And John immediately sent someone back to his apartment and gave it to him. And I've got it in my hands here, and it says, to Dave from John Lennon.
Ha-ha.
December 7th, 71.
And on the back,
on the back,
original
John Lennon. Exploring. Huh?
Yeah.
This is a sketch of... What is this sketch of?
It's pretty weird, isn't it?
Very weird, actually.
And if you ever noticed the...
Oh, it's the Fool on the Hill.
That's the Fool on the Hill? Well...
It's a good guess.
You'll notice, though, that the finally released version of Yesterday and Today, they look so rotten. It's probably the worst cover picture ever taken of them.
When they were turned down.
I Got a Woman, Glad All Over. I Just Don't Understand, Slow Down, which is obviously a different version. Please Don't Ever Change, A Shot of Rhythm and Blues, I'm Sure to Fall. Nothing Shaking But the Leaves on the Tree, Lonesome Tears in My Eyes. Everyone Wants Someone, I'm Gonna Sit Right Down and Cry Over You. Crying, Waiting, Hoping to Know Her Is to Love Her, and Bound by Love.
To know her is to love her, and I do, and I do, and I do, and I do, and I do.
That was To Know Her Is to Love Her from that unreleased Deca audition. We got a few calls. People said Glad All Over was at the Dave Clark 5.
And it is, and believe me, they weren't, they probably weren't even around then.
Were they? No? In 62?
I don't know, 62? Maybe starting off, but, Glad All Over was probably...
It's a whole different song, then.
Definitely.
This Glad All Over on this Yellow Matter Custard is the name of this unreleased thing. And so let's play that one now.
Glad All Over.
Again, from the Beatles Deca audition when Deca turned them down. I wonder where the guy is that turned them down now. He's probably president of Europe. Okay.
Hot dog girlie, it's silly, but I'm glad all over. Well, hot dog girlie, it's silly, but I'm
Yes, folks, that was the Beatles.
Unbelievable. George Harrison there. He had a lot of...
George singing?
Yeah.
Oh,
he had a lot of...
Is that?
What was funny is, back then...
They never let him sing again. I guess they said, that's it.
No. George had more vocals back then than Paul on these recordings. Paul does one thing, and if you read...
He was 11 years old when this was made, right?
6, but...
No, what was he, 17?
About
16?
17, 18, yeah. Right around there. It was right back from Hamburg, but Paul was sick that night, and he tried singing, and he got real sick. So he was, he tried to not sing, and he did get one song out that night, Bound by Love, and he did like Dreamers Do. But George did a lot of vocals that night. He's at least half of them.
Okay, what is this next one we're going to play from this?
The fifth one? That would be Please Don't Ever Change. This one is a classic Beatles song.
Why?
It just sounds great. I mean, the people at home that aren't not fanatics, but just Beatle fans that are just going to have a grin on their face because this is great to hear.
as sweet as you are. Please don't ever change. Don't you ever change. Please don't ever change.
Okay. Please Don't Ever Change. I thought that was very distinctive early Beatles.
Yeah.
Sound,
The quality isn't that good, but, when it's there.
Yeah, but for a rare.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's for something that had been lost for 10 years.
John never even heard of it.
No, he was convinced at first on the phone that it couldn't be the Beatles, that maybe it was something else. Now, you've been taking some calls there while we've been playing music.
Yeah, a lot of people think they have about 15 unreleased things by an album, Best of the Beatles. But it, like when I showed it to John, he got a charge out of it, because it's Pete Best. And after he split, he must have had some agent who billed him heavily under the Beatles, so they decided to call the album Best, as in Pete Best, of the Beatles, and throw an early picture of the Beatles on the cover, and have songs by different names so that everybody would go out and buy it as a Beatle album. But it isn't. Made in 1966, and it's, you know...
And it's just Pete Best.
Just Pete Best. None of the other Beatles are in it.
That is a true ripoff.
Yes.
He got sued for it or something.
He did get sued.
did
I
get
heard
sued?
about that. Something happened to him.
Yeah? Hmm.
In fact, the Beatles' lawyers are waiting for you outside, Dave. They're going to relieve you of your entire collection.
Whew. Oh, I'm keeping it here tonight.